And your stock went up, Elon, by something like 8-9%, just based on that tweet alone. You earned about $3 billion in market cap on that. Is that a surprise to you?
Yes. I mean, that seems like an unlikely thing to happen just based on a tweet. But I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Yeah, maybe it's surprising. I don't really follow the stock that much. Because I think sometimes the stock moves for kind of random reasons, and if that ends up being a mood barometer, then it's not a happy laugh.
Well, because a few weeks ago you had said yourself, look, you thought the stock was a little bit high, and it then fell about 10% after that. So do you still think the stock is a little high?
Well, it depends on how people. If somebody's a long-term holder of the stock, I think there's a lot of appreciation that will occur in the long term. In the short term, it's difficult to predict these fluctuations. But it does seem as though, for a company that had a few $1 billion in revenue last year, to have a $30+ billion market cap is on the high side. And I think that's. I think there's certainly lots of people on the internet who say that. And,
So you still feel that way then about your stock?
No, I mean, I feel like it's always difficult to predict the short-term fluctuations. So if someone's a long-term holder of the stock, I don't think they should sell the stock. I think it will appreciate and ultimately be much higher than it is today. But in terms of short-term fluctuations, that's impossible to say.
So the big question here is, should you buy Tesla stock? While it's below $450, investors are looking ahead to its potential as a technology company and not just as an automaker. Tesla has been on an absolute tear, with shares nearly doubling over the past few months. Investors expect big things from the electric vehicle company over the coming years. It has continually innovated, pushing into new markets like autonomous vehicles and humanoid robotics. Stock price momentum can be powerful. How high shares ultimately go is anyone's guess. Ultimately, the business's fundamentals will either support its rising share price or act like gravity and pull it down to earth. Should you buy Tesla stock while it's trading under $450 per share? Here is what you need to know. It's clear what's driving Tesla's stock higher, and it's not the EV business. One of the most common arguments supporting the stock is that the company isn't like other automotive manufacturers. Due to its other segments, some investors consider it a technology company. The idea is that the planned cybercab and an autonomous vehicle fleet, and Optimus, humanoid robotics, could each represent vast opportunities over the next decade. I would guess that is what has driven the stock's strong performance. CEO Elon Musk has aligned himself well with the Trump administration, which could theoretically help Tesla navigate the legal and regulatory landscape to launch its autonomous ride-hailing business. Since November 5 election, the stock price is up nearly 70%. Musk estimates ride-sharing will begin in Texas and California this year, with the Cybercab entering volume production in 2026. He also hopes to begin selling Optimus robots in 2026. The company is still developing the robot's localized artificial intelligence, AI, which allows it to read and process its surroundings. This technology is similar to its full self-driving FSD, and Musk recently said that Tesla now has the appropriate computing capacity to continue developing it. These are exciting opportunities, but come with questions such as, Musk believes that Tesla's long-term value is far more dependent on these emerging segments than on its existing automotive business. However, investors should be careful about how disconnected they let the future get from the present. The financial reality is that its vehicle business, which just saw its annual production volume drop for the first time in 2024, still generates virtually all of the company's revenue and profits. Tesla stock saw significant gains Friday thanks to multiple catalysts. The company's share price closed out the daily session up 3.1% and had been up as much as 6.3% earlier in trading. Tesla's valuation climbed today alongside reports that CEO Elon Musk could be involved in a deal to purchase TikTok from ByteDance, its Chinese parent company. The electric vehicle EV leader's stock also appears to be getting a boost related to the inauguration of President-elect Trump this coming Monday. Tesla stock jumps on TikTok stories due to data security concerns and other issues connected to relations with China. U.S. regulators are moving to stop TikTok's operations within the country unless ByteDance cuts its connections to the social media platform. Speculation is emerging about who might end up purchasing the leading short-form video service, and Elon Musk has reportedly emerged as a leading candidate. In a recently published note, Wedbush analyst Daniel Ives said the firm believes that China and ByteDance are potentially open to selling TikTok to Musk or the X social media company he owns and leads. While TikTok being purchased by Musk or X wouldn't create any immediate catalysts for Tesla's core business operations, investors appear to be excited by the move, and it's possible that expanding influence for the CEO could create some less tangible valuation benefits down the lines. What comes next for Tesla under the new Trump administration? In addition to the TikTok-related news, Tesla stock also got a boost today in conjunction with Trump trade momentum. Some investors have been building positions in companies that could see benefits related to the change in presidential administration. Elon Musk's relationship with Trump and leadership position in the Department of Government Efficiency Advisory Panel has helped make Tesla one of the high-profile valuation beneficiaries of this dynamic. But while it's possible that Trump's inauguration on January 20 and new presidential term could spur some short-term and long-term catalysts for Tesla stock, investors should continue to make business fundamentals central to any investment in the company. Tesla's share price is up 94% over the last year. On the other hand, the company's vehicle deliveries report at the beginning of this month showed that annual sales had dropped for the first time in the EV specialist's history. Tesla's business has multiple growth avenues outside of traditional vehicle sales. But the stock's impressive run over the last year means some strong future growth is already priced into the company's valuation.
What happens, Elon, if the car does in fact crash? Who is going to be responsible when that car is on autopilot?
Yeah, so I think it's important for us to differentiate autonomous driving versus autopilot. Autopilot is what they have in airplanes. For example, we use the same term that they use in airplanes, where there's still an expectation that there will be a pilot. So if the onus is on the pilot to make sure that the autopilot is doing the right thing. We're not yet at a stage where you can go to sleep and wake up at your destination. If we would have called it autonomous instead of autopilot if that was the case.
Right.
But what we are doing is making it a lot easier and more comfortable to drive the car, and incorporating a lot of active safety features so that the car will stay in its lane, will automatically brake, will maintain a distance to other cars, will avoid like highway barriers and other obstacles.
The performance of Tesla stock in 2025 will depend on various factors, including macroeconomic conditions, Tesla's business execution, competition, and advancements in its technology and product offerings. While it's impossible to predict stock performance with certainty, here's an analysis of potential drivers and risks for Tesla's stock in 2025. The global shift toward electric vehicles, EVs, is expected to continue, driven by stricter emissions regulations and growing consumer demand for sustainable transportation. Tesla's leadership in the EV market and its strong brand could enable it to capitalize on this growth, especially with new product launches like the Cybertruck and affordable EV models. Tesla's entry into new markets, including the Cybertruck, Tesla Semi, and potentially a $25,000 compact EV, could boost unit sales and market share. Growth in non-automotive sectors such as energy storage, Powerwall Megapack, and solar energy products will also be critical for Tesla's diversification and revenue streams. Tesla's production capacity is expected to grow significantly with the scaling of gigafactories in Texas, Berlin, and China, as well as potential new factory locations in India or Mexico. Increased production efficiency could improve Tesla's profit margins, making the company more financially resilient. Significant advancements or regulatory approval for full self-driving, FSD technology, could lead to a major revenue boost, particularly from software subscription services. Tesla's AI capabilities, supported by its Dojo supercomputer, could enhance its FSD offering, making Tesla vehicles more appealing. Tesla, self-driving coming this year? Musk has said he expects Tesla's full self-driving, or FSD, to achieve true self-driving by mid-2025, though he's said similar this year or next year statements for about a decade. Musk on the third quarter earnings call said he expects fully autonomous unsupervised FSD in California and Texas next year. That's with the Model 3 and Model Y. However, Musk admitted that he tends to be a little optimistic with time frames. Any update on the Q4 call on the timeline for fully unsupervised self-driving will be key for investors, as Tesla stock has mainly jumped higher in recent months on the belief that President Donald Trump will ease regulations for autonomous vehicles. Musk is currently a big supporter of the president and a de facto member of the administration. The Tesla Cybercab, or robo-taxi, also depends on actual unsupervised self-driving. That means this timeline is the key to Tesla stock value. On Wednesday, Wedbush Securities analyst Dan Ives, a longtime Tesla bull, raised his TSLA price target to 550 from 515.